to the 10-minute spark. I'm Olivia Odileke, and today I'm joined by someone whose energy and wisdom are going to light you up. Kim Harris. Kim calls herself a builder of people. And more than 20 years as a teacher, she's been a principal, a staff developer, a conference presenter, and leader coach. She knows what it takes to help leaders grow with presence and purpose. So, our focus today is all about clarity and curiosity. And she's going to tell us about two tools every leader needs in their toolbox. So, in just a few minutes, we're going to explore some practical ways to cut through the noise, ask better questions, and sustain your leadership power. So, let me know if I did okay, Kim. I did
You did
okay on that one.
amazing. Amazing. I appreciate this opportunity. Educator to educator, I appreciate this.
All right. Well, Kim, it's the 10-minute spark, so we're gonna get right into it. You describe yourself as a builder of people.
Yeah.
So for leaders who are overwhelmed right now, especially there's a lot of noise in education right now. There's shifting policies, there's so many competing demands, like what should I put my priority on? What should I not? What's one practical way they can cut through the clutter and find clarity in their leadership decisions?
Yeah. So one thing that I say is it sounds so simple. I can always kind of always take it back to the basics, but do your homework. Do your homework. When I was a principal, I used to call it fact finding when I had to do some investigating. But when you are at the point where you have to make a critical leadership decision, and really in your heart of hearts, you're like, I don't know what to do. I don't want to mess up. I don't want to upset anybody. I don't want to, not lead with integrity and things like that. Again, do your homework. Do the fact finding that you need. Push into the people and get the information you need to make an informed decision. And you know what? Above all else, after that, trust your gut because it won't steer you wrong. But you have to make an informed decision by pushing into the people, doing your homework, getting all the information that you know you need to make that decision. Trust your gut and go for it.
I like how you say do the homework because a lot of students today don't have to do no homework. So some of us might forget because we got some new leaders rolling up in their 30. Like, what is homework? We don't do homework anymore.
Mhm.
So, I mean, could you just explain what it means to really do your homework, though?
Yeah, you doing your homework means going back to where did this originate? What is the root cause of whatever decision that you're trying to make? Where did it stem from? Learn the history and the historical perspective from everybody because it's not just the veterans that might have something to contribute. It's some of your newbies that have something to contribute. Well, and their history may just be 3 months, but guess what? It's equally as valid as someone who's been in that field or in that area for 5 or 6 years. So again, when you do your homework, you are looking at not only the historical perspective, you're looking at the impact that your decision is going to have on other people, and you're making sure that you pull all that together but with trust in your gut, because I do believe in that. You didn't get to this point in life for no reason. You didn't get here by happenstance. So trust your gut, trust whatever God gave you to be able to make that decision and go for it. But don't do it haphazardly and without real good information.
Okay, amen to that. I'm the queen of scaffolds, so sometimes I ask questions because we make a lot of assumptions in education that people
Mhm.
understand every word, every term we're using, and we got to stop that. We
Yeah.
got to come to the table like, let's break this down so that
Mhm.
everyone leaves knowing what it means to do your homework so that you have the clarity you need in order to be confirming your decision and again go with that gut. So another question that's in my mind as a leader of leaders, you've seen how curiosity can shift a conversation or open new possibilities. What's a simple curiosity driven question that leaders could start asking their teams tomorrow
Mhm.
to spark deeper engagement?
That's a good question. Olivia, a simple question that I use even in my work is how are you growing? Talk to me about how you're growing in this particular role. But equally as important, while that's one question they could use to spark curiosity and also just really examine the place at which that person is dwelling in their leadership right now. It's also important as a leader to verify, follow up with your people, support your people by making sure you are following their trajectory of leadership and learning. And for that, there's a question that I recommend that you use, and it really is just thinking about whether it's the last week or the last month, but what are the moments that happened in that period of time that stretched you as a leader? Because now I want to know, how are you growing and what's the evidence that you're using to determine that level of growth? So those are a beginning question. That's a beginning question and an
Mm,
ending question.
that's an awesome question. How are you growing?
How are you
I
growing?
mean, because some of them gonna hit their head and be like, "Ooh, nobody ever asked me how I'm growing," or
Absolutely.
do you want to grow here? Because maybe they might be a new teacher in your environment. No one's ever asked them. So now it's like, I need to, let's imagine you had the resources and support you needed. How would you grow? Like,
Yeah,
how would that look for you? And I think if we can get more of that feedback, we're definitely going to spark a lot more deeper engagement with our staff.
for
So
sure.
that's a great question. I love questions. I'm really all folks. I love questions. I'm writing that one down. How am I growing? Okay. All right. Moving at looking at time. Okay. So many leaders carry the weight of expectations. Results, test scores. Oh Lord, test scores. I'm gonna say that one twice. Culture, community. How do you balance the need for clarity with the openness of curiosity
Yeah,
so that leaders don't feel like they have to choose one over the other?
yeah, yeah. Good question. So I'm going to answer that by just kind of saying, in my role, the way my makeup is, the way I'm designed, I am a self proclaimed superintendent of fun, which means that everywhere I go, I want to have fun. That means every day of the week and twice on Sunday. So, in that regard, I'm constantly asking myself, and I encourage others to ask their team members, what are you doing for fun? Like literally get them to
Mm-mm.
articulate, how do you balance this, like with a little element of fun, right?
Yes.
And then it's also so important that you don't forget to remember how important fun is. Like nobody
Oh,
wants.
that's like my middle name. I'm like a focus on research and then research, fun, engagement, curiosity. It's like
Yeah,
one, two, three. Like it has to go together.
in that order,
I'm
absolutely,
gonna steal that one. I'm
absolutely.
the superintendent.
I'm the
I'm write
superintendent of
that down.
fun.
Superintendent
Yes,
of
that's
fun.
it, that's
Are you
it.
going to the National Alliance of Black School Educators this year?
You know,
I'm
I
curious.
am not, but you got
Okay.
me intrigued. You got me curious.
Oh, okay. I just like I need to hook up with you at a conference so we can just do our own little spark circle girl night fun. Like
Absolutely.
leaders, like put your hair down. Let's come in here and let's get balanced. Because I personally believe that
Yes.
we keep talking about the teachers burnout, but I believe that the women leaders in education are more burnt out than anybody else.
Oh, sure. Oh,
And we
sure.
don't have that fun balance because it's always serious, get in the game,
Mm-hmm.
be male dominant, but we need to be in alignment with
Yeah.
our inner selves and be us and don't come trying to be someone else.
That's it. That's it. So you have to remind me to share information about our annual educators conference every June, and one is coming up in this June, this coming June 2026. But I'll share that with you later. But I want to also not forget to really, when you talk about leadership and teams and how are you pushing your teams, along with bringing that element of fun to it, it's really getting them to start now anticipating it by kind of asking them, okay, so now what are you most excited for this week? Like in your day-to-day work, what are you excited? What's going to give you that energy or that spark that you need or are looking for to be able to have the impact that you want to have on the people that you serve and support? So it's also important to know what you are doing for fun, but plan for the fun. Like don't just expect that it's just gonna happen.
It's
You
not
know,
it really not. You really got to be intentional about everything. You really got to be
absolutely
intentional, and you probably need to have a little fun little workshop or something because some people don't know how to do that anymore.
agree.
So, Kim, our time is about up, but thank you so much for sparking so much wisdom in such a short time. Leaders, I hope today gave you both clarity and curiosity to carry into your schools and teams this week. Remember, clarity keeps you grounded,
Yeah.
curiosity keeps you growing. And when you lead with both, you don't just manage systems, you build people, like my girl Kim, builder of people. And if this conversation sparks something for you, I want you to drop your takeaways in the comments and share it with another leader who could use the encouragement. So until next time, I'm going to play a song to wrap up, and it's called Stronger Together. This was a song that I wrote specifically for teachers and parents like to work together, because sometimes we can be in environments where there's a lot of tension between the two, especially if there's new leadership. But I was thinking of using this song because we're stronger together when we can get the teachers and the leaders in the building to be in alignment. So let's take a little listen for the first 60 seconds, and we're going to wrap it up with that. And this is using AI technology for the voice and music, and we got.
Some days it feels like a fight, not a team. Parents pressing hard, chasing after every dream. Helicopters hovering, questions on repeat. Feels like they're pointing fingers, knocking you off your feet. But we can't build bridges by building walls. It takes both sides to answer the call. Listen first and share what you know.
This is how I have fun.
Partnerships succeed, that's how students grow. We're stronger together, not me versus you. When we seek to understand, we find what's true. No pointing fingers, no battles to win. The best for the child is where we begin.
Well, we got a lot more of that. You got to go check out fearlesseducator.net. We got a whole list of songs to help inspire. So that just launched last week. So check that out. And again, until next time, stay